join the party, have a hearty glass of rum.
Hey everybody, it's Adam. Today we're going to tackle the ultimate comfort food, meatloaf. This is my basic recipe for an all-American, super delicious, really easy meatloaf. Let's get started. I'm going to start by chopping up a medium-sized onion. I'm not going to be too fussy about the size because it's going to cook down a little bit. To begin, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. Alright, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to my saute pan and turn my burner on medium heat to get ready to cook the onions. Next, I'm going to mince 2 cloves of fresh garlic. You want it pretty small, just so that nobody gets a big chunk of garlic in their mouth when they're eating the meatloaf. I'm also going to add half of a cup of fresh chopped parsley. It adds a lot of freshness and brightness to the meatloaf. Alright, my onions have been cooking for about 5 minutes and they're starting to get a little translucent. So now I'm going to add my 2 cloves of minced garlic and a big pinch of dried thyme. I'm going to stir around my garlic and thyme and let that cook only for about 15 to 20 seconds, just until I can really smell the garlic. And then I'm just going to shut off my burner and take the pan off the heat and let it cool down while I carry on with the rest of my meatloaf. Alright, while my onions and garlic are cooling on the stovetop, I'm going to make my sauce for the top of my meatloaf for later, just so I can get it out of the way. I'm going to add half a cup of ketchup, to 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and 4 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to give this a quick stir and then set it aside until I'm ready to construct my meatloaf. Now I've got my big meatloaf bowl and I'm just going to add all the rest of my ingredients to construct my meatloaf. I'm going to begin by adding 2 large eggs, half a cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of really good Dijon mustard, two teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, one teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to add a pinch of nutmeg and 2 shots of Tabasco. Then I'm just going to give it a quick mix before I move on to the next step. Alright, now it's time to add the meat. I've got about 2.5 pounds of ground sirloin that I'm just going to dump right into the bowl with the mixture that we just made. You want to look for about 85% to 90% lean. To my meat now, I'm going to add half of a cup of chopped parsley, just to add a little bit of flavor. And next, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of dried breadcrumbs. And lastly, I'm just going to add the onions, garlic, and thyme and oil that I sauteed earlier right into my bowl. And now the fun part. I'm gonna take my 2 clean hands and dig in to combine everything. Careful not to compress the meatloaf just because it'll end up being too dense. Alright, my meatloaf looks awesome. Now I'm going to transfer it from the bowl and put it into an aluminum foil lined baking pan and kind of work it into a 9x5 brick. Now it's time to break out the sauce that I made earlier to go on top of the meatloaf. I'm just going to lay it on and kind of spread it out so it's even. And now the meatloaf is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to put it in there for 45 minutes, not peak, do some dishes, and then I'll be ready to eat. Alright, it's been about 45 minutes, time to take out my meatloaf. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This recipe and others are available on my website, adamcrocatering.com. And watch for more episodes of Cook with Adam on YouTube. See you next time.
Come on, join the party. Have a hearty glass of rum.